Yo, we're back. Finally. G-Russ, Humako, the OG's back at it. Season 2 launch. We're changing up the format a lot because it turns out just talking about sports for 40 minutes straight is not the most popular thing. So I finally listened and we're changing it up. So sorry about it. Sorry that we've been on a break too. The boys have been busy. AKA, we've completely forgotten. Just gonna keep it real. Barrett's busy. He's busy. We don't know where he's at. He just didn't respond. So he'll be back hopefully next week. I don't know. But Russ, how was the week?
It was good. I had a couple tests, we aced them, so that's good. Saturday I got to watch Hunter become prime Quentin Nelson, against 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 Hardin Valley, so that's good. Maryville, we got the dub, that's good. And then we had a little date to Gaddy's after, got that
We
pizza.
did.
Hunter got his mac and cheese, what he loves. So yeah, it was a good week overall. One more week till fall break. Everybody's excited for that, so that's good.
True. Probably a little golf action for your boy over fall break, perchance. Maybe,
Mm,
maybe, yeah.
breaking
Maybe.
120.
Who knows? Let's see. What did I do? So Saturday had a game. Did that. Got the win. Went to Gaddy's. Then went to a wedding. Just I got a question for you. What's the go-to wedding song here? Like after party. Wedding was great, by the way. Me and Chube were ushers. We do not need to be ushers at a wedding. I messed up. I took my great grandmother to the wrong side of the church. It's on me. But what's the go-to wedding song after party? The DJ was there. He was very excited. He had that like sports commentary voice, and he was like, "Yes, yes!" After every dance, it was the greatest thing ever.
hmm
What's the go-to wedding song here?
I don't really know, honestly. We usually, I don't have like, a huge family or anything, not a lot of our siblings, so I don't stay at weddings for usually a long time because we don't have a lot of people close to my age or my parents getting married. So I don't really know, honestly. I feel like this is more of a you question. You have been an usher, so I mean, you seem like, you're a big wedding guy.
I mean, okay. Do you want me to give you like a scenario here, like
Yeah, yeah. Can I have like a scenario here?
okay, so the my cousin, she was the one that got married. Very
hmm
country people. So there were some country songs. There were also some modern, esque hits, as they
hmm
say. Of course, you had the classic Cupid Shuffle. You got to have that one. You got to have your slow dance song. It was the Elvis Presley one.
Oh,
Um, what else was there? Um, the Usher song. So okay, so hmm, how do I want to paint
I'm
this
more of a
scenario
Sid
for you?
Shuffle guy from the Ice Age song, so. I'm more
Shut
of a
up.
Cupid Shuffle. I like.
Shut up. That won't be at your wedding. I know you. That will not be at your
Yeah.
wedding. What would
Okay.
your wedding be like though?
I don't know. Probably
Where would
smaller.
you have it?
Um.
A
Probably.
barn.
Probably. No, not a barn. No. Kyle. My dad would like it to be at a barn. He grew up
You can
country,
say your
so.
dad's name.
Um.
Kyle,
Well, they
big
don't
fan
know
of the show.
that. I don't know. Probably like somewhere like an outdoor wedding, but then like an indoor venue. Just in case you have like ranch. I don't know. I'm not big on what.
An outdoor wedding?
Well, like I mean, like under like you still have like a pavilion almost type thing. Probably somewhere in the mountains. Like I mean, we live right beside it. We live in them. So I mean, what were you expecting?
An outdoor, I mean, you're gonna get married in the spring or summer probably, so an outdoor wedding.
Yeah. Well, where when do you then? Okay, fall's a no go. Okay, we got football. We'll get into it later, but we got football. No fall, no winter. So
I,
I mean,
I would say fall is the perfect time, but I would say
but it's not because football.
towards November-ish, you
Okay,
know,
but that plane's just like
early
almost too cold.
first week in November, but it wouldn't be an outdoor wedding.
Yeah. I mean, I think spring's good because like everything's blooming and everything gets pretty. So like I feel like spring is good. I think summer's almost hit or miss. I feel like either it's going to be like 90 plus or it might be if you're lucky in the morning it might be high 70s, but I mean,
Who's getting married in the morning? You getting married at
Exactly. That's the
11
thing.
o'clock? Jeez Louise. Yeah, little note to self though, if you are going to schedule a wedding in the fall, make sure you schedule it during your favorite team's bye week. So
For real.
that
You got
happened.
lucky this week then.
I did, yes, got very lucky. I did miss the first part of the Alabama Georgia game though, so that kind of
So,
stinks. But anyway, that's the wedding talk. I'm sure we'll. I don't. Hopefully, I don't know. Let's go to our winners and losers. Look at that. We have a little thing. Hopefully, the show will be looking updated more and more. We're gonna try some new things out. So bear with us. But our winners and losers. Giros, who's your winner this week?
my winner is going to be the Washington Commanders offense. I'll start with Cliff Kingsbury. He had a very good week. He went back to Arizona. I didn't think he should have been fired there. I think there was a bunch of injuries and stuff. You know, the offense was good. That's what he was known for. Defense wasn't as good, so they brought in Gannon from the Philly defense coordinator. I didn't like the hire. I don't think the team wasn't down there, but he absolutely destroyed them. Jane Daniels looks like the best quarterback in the draft. I thought he would be. He has the highest completion percentage ever through 4 games. I think it's above 80%, which is insane for a rookie. But he's very similar to Kyron since they're both dual threat. They can both run it. I think that this was. I think Dan Quinn made the right hire getting Kingsbury, especially because of that. Quinn's defensive mind, so he needed a good offensive coordinator. And again, the guy who helped develop Patrick Mahomes really does help with that. So Commanders, I think, could they make the playoffs? I don't know about that yet. Their defense still needs some work, but overall, definitely a great week for the Commanders offense.
There you go. I feel like Jaden Daniels needs a good nickname though.
Heisman award winner. I
FedEx
mean, that's good.
always delivers.
FedEx, Memphis. Located
They
Memphis.
play at
Well,
FedEx Field, don't they?
no, I don't think they do. No,
Yeah.
I mean that doesn't make sense because usually the company
I'm
FedEx is
pretty
stationed in
sure they
Memphis.
play at FedEx Field.
It could. I don't know. I'm not big on the Commanders. That's a bear question. Who's not here?
All right, my winner is going to be the New York Yankees. Secure the 1 seed. That's my winner of the week. We look good. I'm very concerned. I'm sure we're going to get into the MLB playoffs here in a minute, so we can talk all about that. But yeah, that's my winner. My loser, though, is the New York Giants and Jets football fans. I think the Giants played on Thursday night, right?
Yes. Gets
Yes,
Cowboys.
Giants played on Thursday night. The Jets played on Sunday. They did not. Both New York teams did not score a touchdown. Offensive touchdown, I believe.
Neighbors looks great though. For the
Neighbors looks great. Neighbors is a great wide receiver. I think
yeah,
honestly could be potential rookie of
and
the
he
year.
got a concussion,
Daniel,
so it's not
if
looking.
if Daniels doesn't keep up the pace that he's at, Neighbors potentially could be rookie of the year. But I like that. Jairus, you're a loser.
My loser week, although they won this week, they did get a devastating injury. I'll go with the Chiefs. Rashee Rice was their number one receiver with Travis Kelce struggling. This is big for them. Xavier Worthy has to take a step up. I don't know. Mahomes has shown in the past he can do a lot with not a great wide receiver core, but this might be the lowest ever for that room. I think that this will get Travis Kelce going now, but I do think that this will be a big hit for them. I mean, Rashee Rice, he's seen his next Michael Thomas, big slant guy. People hate on it, but it works a lot for that offense because Mahomes, like when he threw it to Worthy, I believe that was the first time in I think 3 or 4 years he has not thrown a pass over 50 plus yards, which is insane to me, air yards at least. So I think that Rashee Rice will be a huge hit for the Chiefs later on down the line. I think they need to trade for a receiver. I think that maybe there's rumors Devontae Adams may be on the move. I think that'd be a good spot for him. Maybe that would develop a super team, though. I don't think anybody's going to let that happen, but I do think that that is a huge hit for the Chiefs with Rashee Rice out.
Did the Chiefs three-peat?
Until they lose, I'm gonna say no. I think that Mahomes is on track to be the greatest quarterback of all time, and I just think that like a lot of the other great teams are struggling. I think the Lions are 3-2 or 2-2. I think that the Ravens have shown. They started 1-2. They're getting better now. But I do think that I think the Chiefs, they are 4-0. So you do have to consider, hey, Eli. Uh, but I do think that until the other top teams look really good, I think that I'm just going to ride with the Chiefs.
We're going to keep this in just because it's
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be on the clip this week. How do you feel about that? Shut up. All right. Let's jump into the sports. We're going to try not to be boring. We're going to be exciting, G-Russ. We're going to be exciting. First month takeaways, the NFL is back. A lot of guys are not having great starts to the season. I think that we can honestly say that. Travis Kelce, Devontae Adams.
Passing is down bad.
Passing is down bad. Derrick Henry, career renaissance, possibly. The Ravens look good. Bengals do not look good. Also, is Will Levis an okay human being? Because he's actually the perfect meme quarterback. The amount of memes that he has provided for us in this 4-week span so far has been borderline insane.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's on, but he's on something. There's no way that a normal human
Pick
being
six
acts like
every
that.
week, except last night because he got hurt. But I mean, it's basically me. So
That was an ugly game, but there you go. Jairus,
mm-hmm.
your first month takeaways, kind of.
I think the biggest thing is no one's fully separated themselves from the pack. Everybody seems to have a little bit of problem. Ravens struggled at first. They weren't Derrick Henry struggled to run a little bit first few games, but he obviously popped off for 200 against the Lions, or not the Lions, the Bills. I think that the AFC South is very interesting, or NFC South, sorry. Saints have looked good. They have struggled the past 2 games, though. Should have beat the Eagles, but Dennis Allen looks like he might have saved his job. Unfortunately, me and Aiden do not like Dennis Allen that much. Hunter, your Falcons, they've looked okay. Kirk Cousins has struggled a little bit. But I mean, I think it's also the role they want him to play. He's not like taking as many deep shots as he used to, with the Rams style of offense coming over. I think they want more stuff in the middle. But I don't know. It's an interesting year because no one's really separated themselves yet. Like last year, Eagles got to an incredible start. No one's really doing that. Chiefs are 4-0. I think they're the only undefeated team, or am I missing?
That sounds right. The Bills
Yeah,
lost.
Bills lost. Yeah. So overall, I think it'll be an
Chiefs. No,
interesting.
Ravens. I think the Ravens.
No, they lost. They started
Okay.
1-2. So I think
Oh,
that
shit.
I just think it'll be an interesting year overall to see like how these teams build with all the injuries, with all the cold starts. It'll be very interesting to see how this year shapes out in about 2 months and see where teams stand.
There you go. Nick Sirianni, though, probably not going to make it through this season.
Yeah, I mean, so many injuries.
Start off
You
slow.
got Devontae Smith. You got AJ Brown out. Defense is weird. I think their front seven looks really good. I mean, on paper, but with Fletcher Cox out, I think that's kind of killing them a little bit. Their secondaries, they lost Blankenship. They had to start Cooper DeJean. He looked decent, but still not very what?
John.
Cooper
DeJean.
Sorry, my bad. You've had some moments too,
DeJean,
dude.
like DiGiorno. Jeez Louise, always on time.
But yeah, it'll just be. I don't think don't. I don't see a ton of coaches on the hot seat right now. Everybody's getting like a chance. I feel like. But yeah, do you think anybody's on the hot seat right now?
Doug Peterson.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, Jaguars are not. I think it was way too early to sign Trevor Lawrence to that deal. Just because I don't think
It's just never had help, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
but
I don't know what their defense has been. They have pieces on paper on offense. They have ETN. They have Brian Thomas. They have Christian Kirk. They have Evan Ingram. He's hurt right now, but I don't know. I don't think they've won since Thanksgiving, I think is what I read. So probably the worst. No. Bill Belichick's not. Bill Belichick's with his
I bet you he
Bill
will be.
Belichick's with that 20-year-old he's dating, so I don't think she'll let him go.
Good for him. All right. Let's get off NFL. Jesus. That is kind of crazy that he's dating a 20. All right. Jeez Louise. Heisman candidates for the college football world. Cam Ward, I think, is the obvious one here. Played great so far throughout the season.
Got saved
Ashton
on a Hail
Gentry
Mary.
did, yeah.
You think it was
One
a
of the,
catch?
as Tony Romo would say, yeah, I don't know, Jim.
I
So
think that I don't know for sure if it was a catch, but I do think that there was enough to overturn it. Like it looked like it was like pinned against the other guy. So it was kind of I don't know. I think they said those that it was touching the Miami player who was out of bounds, so it was automatically ruled dead. Which if they're going by that, I guess that makes sense. But I think that tanked Cam Ward a little bit just because kind of inferior, not necessarily an inferior opponent. It was kind of a trap game, and it proved to be that against Virginia Tech, who has a big coach, really good, but we're supposed to have a good year. Yeah, I think Jaden Milroe is the guy just because of the crazy game he had against Georgia. Ryan Williams, played great that game too. So I think with that being the game of the year so far, I think that boosts Milroe's Heisman hype a ton.
there you go. Main
Mm-hmm.
takeaway though is that no team is really as good as people say they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that this is probably the most even college football year I think
Mm-hmm.
we've probably
Mm-hmm.
seen. It's an anybody beat
Mm-hmm.
anybody world. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what NIL has brought to the sport. So I like it.
Yeah,
Well,
with like Georgia and everybody, transfer portal, and NIL, Death is leaving all great teams too. I think that there's a lot of teams in tier one right now, and I don't think there's a clear tier two. And I think in a few weeks that will change a little bit. Like the only I don't see many teams in a definitive tier two. Maybe like Penn State, maybe Ole Miss. I don't know after what happened there. Um, but yeah, it'll just be interesting to see the tier one, the top 5, 6, 7, and then the other 5 outside of the group of 4 that has to make a playoff.
I think we were all wrong about Kentucky though.
I think that they're one of these teams where it's like
They
kind
show
of
up when they
similar to
need to.
South Carolina a couple years ago, in a sense that like they have a great side of the ball, but I mean, Spencer Rattler, he was a former Heisman contender before he went there, so it's like, I mean, Kentucky obviously doesn't have that, but their defense is still top 5 in the SEC. It's just like, can they hold opponents under 21? And if they can do that, they'll probably win because Brock Vandegrift isn't great. He's still sustainable for he can get you maybe 14 to 17 if you can hold teams under that. I think Kentucky has a chance to make a go 8-4. I think that's their ceiling right now. They're clearly on pace to do that. But I think the South Carolina loss still is kind of weird.
Bad. All right. There you go. There's college football for you. NBA. Karl Anthony Towns is now a New York Knick. Ew. He was traded for Dante DiVincenzo, Julius Randle, and some money, I think. Some
Yeah.
picks.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
Yeah,
and
Charlotte
then
was in
this
there. They got some players, nothing crazy.
yeah, so nothing. I didn't expect this. Really didn't, but I felt like if Minnesota was going to move one of their pieces, it would have been Towns. I feel like Minnesota likes Gobert a lot better because Gobert's there. He's consistent. Juros, while we were eating at Gaddy's, scarfing down pizza, was like, "What? You got to think about the playoffs." All right,
Mm-hmm.
listen, he had a rough playoff, but I like Gobert a lot more than I like Towns. I think Towns is a little soft. So you got to compete in the East, though. You got the Celtics, Sixers now. I'm interested to see how the Sixers play. But Giros, your kind of thoughts on the? I know you wrote an article. Read it up, please.
Mhm.
I know you wrote an article on it. But
Yeah. I mean, I said that the Knicks won the trade. I think that going back to what Hunter said about the playoff problems, or for Gobert and the playoff problems. What?
you said the Knicks won the trade.
Yeah, I said the Knicks won. I think because Gobert had these problems with the Jazz too. There's a lot of stuff going on when they were the 1 seed. The Grizzlies beat them first game. They got settled out after that, but there was a lot of questionable things about Gobert. I think the biggest thing for the Knicks in this trade is they need to go get an elite big with the loss of Hartenstein. I think that when you look at the East, it's Porzingis, it's Bam, it's Miles Turner, even the people that can stretch out and shoot and are more athletic. I think that's big for Towns who can stretch into a 5 role. I think that, some people are complaining about the depth. Tom Thibodeau is known for not playing a lot of guys. I think that, even though although Karl Anthony Towns has an injury, Julius Randle is just as injury prone. The only thing you're losing is shooting and Dante DiVincenzo, and you got that back with Mikal Bridges. Not as much catch and shoot, but he can play make too. Their defense is solid with Josh Hart and OG Anunoby. I think it'll be. I think this helps the Knicks. I'm not sure about Timberwolves though. There's so much guard depth there with Terrence Shannon who got drafted, with Robert Dillingham, with DiVincenzo, um, Anthony Edwards, and can't think of his name all of a sudden. The Jane McDaniels, Jalen Daniels, McDaniels. Okay,
Jalen
yeah, him.
McDaniels.
I feel like it's just a crowded guard room there. There's no clear cut backup point guard, so I guess maybe they're trying to figure that out there. I don't know, but I think that the Knicks for what they needed, they got more, whereas the T Wolves just got a shooter that they didn't have much of. I feel like the Knicks just got what they needed, where Wolves did not. I don't think that DiVincenzo outweighs Karl Anthony Towns.
I just think that you don't know how good Dante DiVincenzo is.
I watched him. I'm a Halliburton guy. I watched him. I mean, he shot 43% in the playoffs, but I think
What did Halliburton have to do with anything?
Halliburton. I watched him play the
watched him.
Knicks.
I
I
watched
watched him play
Halliburton.
7 games.
You don't have to. You don't have to bring Halliburton in.
I
Jeez
watched him.
Louise.
Well, I'm just saying that I watched him. I mean, does DiVincenzo fit the Wolves though? Is the thing. He doesn't. Like, he won't start. He may not even be the second or third guy behind Terrence Shannon and Robert Dillingham, who are both better playmakers than him. I just don't see
And
I don't see him playing 15 plus
you
minutes a
play
game.
you play Ain at the 3. You go small ball. You play Ain at the 3, and you put.
Do you put McDaniels at the 4?
Mm,
Because you have Randall there.
no, you can put Randall at the 3, McDaniels at the 4. Put Ant as like that hybrid point guard kind of thing. Just have him be a DiVincenzo in the corner. Splash
I don't
Bros.
love it. It doesn't matter because the Lakers
Minnesota,
will win
the
it
Splash Bros in Minnesota. Minnesota,
all. Who are the Splash Bros?
the twin. Oh, okay. Well, I can't say that. Jeez. The twin shooters. There you go. We'll go with that. Jeez Louise. All right. Maybe being fun on these podcasts might get us canceled. Jeez Louise. All right. Let's jump to the next freaking thing. Playoffs. They're here. Wild cards haven't made. The Tigers made the playoffs. The Orioles made the playoffs. Two teams that I think a lot of people are like, "Whoa, they made the playoffs," but they made the playoffs. They were good. Cleveland made the playoffs. I didn't know Steven Vault.
He was manager.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
He took over.
Good
Good for him. He was. I mean, he didn't play much for the Braves, but picked him up. He was a solid catcher. That's all you needed him to do.
MLB the Show legend, Steven. Playoffs are here. So playoffs
Braves
starting
losing
tonight. Braves are losing. Braves are
the only away team to probably lose today. So that's fun. I mean, I was kind of hoping we'd be put out of our misery. So many injuries, so many problems this year, and we're still in the playoffs.
Always gonna just be negative. Just be happy you made the playoffs. Yankees made the playoffs though.
Now I have expectations though.
Oh, I don't have any expectations going into this playoffs. I have zero expectations. I think every Yankees fan, like I'm on Yankees Twitter, and they're just like, "Oh, we got the 1 seed." Ugh.
How's the Hummico
Ugh.
championship tour going?
Uh, going.
I mean,
If
Tennessee
we're just
Celtics.
basing, if we're just basing off of projections, projections say I'm shooting 5 for 6 right now, possibly 4 for 6.
This make you seem like a bandwagon.
No, it's just for once in my life, all the teams that I support are actually all good at the same time. That's never happened. So you gotta, you know, gotta take the small wins sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
My all my teams are decent. They're just not championship contenders.
you know, you,
What? Should I say my players, if that makes you feel better?
yeah, I was about to say you don't have a basketball team.
My team, if I had to like cheer for a team, it would be the Grizzlies just because they're in the home state. But it goes what? What, dude? I'm
No.
gonna listen. Love LeBron. You know that. In the East,
Do you
I
see
enjoy
LeBron
Halliburton a
lie
lot.
about his Do you see LeBron lie about Bronny playing getting grabbing rebounds at 5 years old?
Yeah, that was like okay, buddy.
The cap.
LeBron's
You think
a walking meme too. But I mean, he's
you
just
think he was at those Diddy parties?
what?
He
LeBron?
said ain't no party like a Diddy party. I think LeBron was at the Diddy party.
What year was this?
Listen, I'm just
I mean, he's
you never
supposed to be
know.
like the stereotype for like good dude overall, but like, well, like he has had like
I'm
13
not
baby
questioning
mamas.
his care. I'm not questioning his character. I'm just
Do you know?
saying
Would you if Barrett, let's use Barrett, Barrett went to a Diddy party, would you question his character?
yes.
Exactly.
I it's just not confirmed that guest list. I'm sure we'll cover that on the pod. We'll have Diddy week. No, okay.
Okay. I'm cutting that out.
All right. Sorry if there was a weird cut right there. Sorry, bad. Jeez Louise, we're gonna get season 2's off to an interesting start. But yeah, that's episode 27. I think.
Mhm.
Curious, you got any
Season
closing
2, episode
closing
1.
you got any closing statements? Well, they'll just still be on the episode 27.
College Blackcast, almost
Yep, check
every.
it out. Almost every Saturday. Sorry, we couldn't do it last Saturday. Freaking hurricane.
Check out the blog.
Check out the blog. There'll
Hopefully,
probably be more posts to that. Check out Splat Picks. They're supposed to be back. Will they? Probably not.
we'll see.
But hope is there. So there you go. We're planning on having guests on the podcast. I am 0 for 4 on guest ask though. So listen, when I said I was shooting for the moon, didn't get any responses. So, but it's all right. That's episode 27. See you next week. Jesus loves you.